Welcome, everyone. Today we have a special guest. It is Bradley Sutton with Helium 10. He is the success manager at Helium 10. He's going to break down here what the tool is, how we can use it, and how you guys can make some good use of it. So with us today, Bradley, how's it going?
I'm doing awesome. How's it going with you?
Very good, man. Very good. So tell us, how did you get into Helium 10?
I've been working here since July of last year. Now, before that, I was a consultant for Amazon sellers. So basically, I didn't do my own private label products. I would help large corporations and also even, smaller private label sellers research their products, do the keyword research, optimize their listing, and then I was in charge of the launch. And so over 2 years before I was working here, I was able to launch actually 400 products. It was crazy amount that we were working on, but it was a lot of fun. It's kind of like a game to me. Like it's exciting. This is I think a lot of people who are selling already on Amazon probably can relate to that. Like the rush that you get when launching, and it's just a great process. And then Helium 10, I was using Helium 10 as a consultant. For all these most of the launches, about 200 of the 400. I only found Helium 10 like a year before I started working here, and they saw that I was always on their Facebook groups and showing all these things I was doing. They're like, who is this guy who's always posting in our Facebook groups? And they saw that I didn't live far away. They said, hey, come by and meet us. So the rest is history. Now here I am working for the company that I love.
Nice. So 400 product launches. I know, the adrenaline and the love. I guess that's probably my most favorite thing is when you get to launch and see something, start getting the first sales and all that. Does it fade away after 400?
No.
No.
No, like even now, I'm obviously not, consulting anymore. I'm not doing launches, but then sometimes when I do live demos, for the videos at Helium 10, sometimes I like to take some of my old clients, products and put them up because I know they don't mind. Everybody else is so secretive about their product, right? So like, I'm afraid to like put somebody's product on a demonstration. Maybe they'll get mad. But so when I can put one of their products up and then I can still see it's doing well, even though this is something I did maybe a year ago, it's still that really real cool feeling.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah. What's funny is that I saw one of the brands out there that has a software tool. They did a video where they were doing product research, and there was one of mine, and there's
so just coincidence or
yeah, absolutely coincidence. Yes, wow. I actually do not. I have an account with that software. I don't have that software.
Huh. Interesting.
So, yeah, it was.
It wasn't me, right?
No, no, and I didn't know. Should I get pissed and say something? And
only get pissed if all of a sudden everybody starts finding you in PPC and then hits and kills your conversion rate, and your cost per click goes way up.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna wait a bit and see how many competitors, if it's gonna grow from there.
Yeah,
and because the worst thing was they made it sound good. So
yeah, everybody's nightmare. Now everybody's gonna jump on the bandwagon.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. And it was one of those the so-called non-sexy products, the ones that are not on the top of everybody's list. So I was a little bit disappointed, but.
Cool. Well, hey, so far so good, right? Nobody has jumped on and started competing with you.
Well, no. Well, I mean, there has some that jumped on, but no growth. Just I guess the normal growth that is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Cool. So now your position at Helium 10 is called Success Manager.
Yeah, Success Manager. It's kind of hard to say that sometimes with a straight face. It's like if you would say that in 2015, people will look at you and maybe they'll think you're from Portland or something like you're a big time hipster. Or I don't know. If anybody from Portland is out there, I mean, no offense. I love Portland, one of my favorite cities, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah. So, but the reason why it's called that, on a serious note is Helium 10 is built for Amazon sellers, right? And the only way that we're going to be able to retain customers is by continuing to give value. And in turn, the users become successful with that value. So that's my job. I am here to create content, to do training, to teach people how to become successful with Helium-10, because if they're successful with Helium-10, they'll be successful in Amazon. Everybody's happy. So that's my main position.
Very good. And how big is the team today?
The team, like all of Helium-10, the company?
Yeah.
We've got about, I would say 50, 60 employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've really grown a lot lately.
And that's Helium-10 alone. It doesn't involve Manny's
just Helium-10. Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty big. And are you do you have any connection with the AM/PM podcast, which is now being changed or has been changed?
So now Manny still does that, but very, very seldom, because he's so busy, growing the Helium-10 side of the business. So what we did is we started a new podcast, the Serious Sellers podcast by Helium-10, and I'm the host of that one. We have about 13 episodes. We don't do 5 times a week, only two times a week I can handle. So that's
Yeah, very good. I was, not only doing it 5 times a week, but I was doing the transcribing it.
Oh, wow.
And because it's hard when you get let's say you get the VA to do it. When you mention, let's say, ACOS, or if you say ACOS, those kind of words,
they have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. And I found one now that knows exactly what I'm talking about and does my sound editing and transcribes them perfectly. So it is, well, so there you go. Mary, you're going to be transcribing this. So thank you.
All right. Thank you for that. Hopefully, it's always, it's funny too. I speak like 80% Spanish. I'm not Spanish, but living in California, I think you kind of have to speak Spanish. But anyways, I can have a perfect conversation in Spanish. But lately, I've been doing videos on YouTube for Amazon sellers, influencers like yourself invite me to their show or whatever, and then it's almost like speaking a different language, because you don't. I mean, who talks about are you indexed or what is the ASIN? It's like I'm like trying to translate already in my head, but then I'm trying to like wait a minute, this is a word that a field ASIN URL. I mean, it's like, how do you say that in another language? It's like a language by itself.
Yeah. What's the FNSQ?
Yeah, FNSQ. Like I don't know how you would say that in other languages, but I think people kind of get the picture.
Exactly. Cool. So do you want to run us through Helium-10, and because there's a ton of tools into Helium-10, right?
Yes. Basically, Helium-10 is an all-in-one suite. And that's the difference. I was just at a show in Las Vegas. We had a booth there, and people would ask me, hey, what's the difference between you and this tool, or you and other tools? What's the difference of Helium-10, and who's your competitors? And I say, we really have no competitors. And I'm not trying to be prideful or anything, but the reason I say that is our individual tools is similar. Some of them are similar to something else, like maybe our product research tool, which is called Black Box. I'm sure, there's maybe 5, 6 tools that are very similar. We have a Chrome extension. Many people are familiar with many Chrome extensions. But the difference with us, the reason why I say we have no competition is because we have over 20 tools in our suite. Nobody has the extension. So, maybe one company has 2 or 3 tools, another one has 2, another one has 1, but we're the only ones that have pretty much everything in one. So for those who actually have the ability to see the video here, I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. Hopefully this works here. Let me see. And then we will be able to show you, just take a quick tour of the different tools in the suite. So can you see my Amazon page right now?
There it is. Yep.
Okay. So let's say I search for something like the thing I always search for whatever reason, is collagen peptides. Okay, so the first thing, if you enter in collagen peptides, and if you have the Helium-10 Chrome extension installed, those of you in the video can see this, but there's a lot of information that comes up on the search results that it doesn't come up normally in Amazon search. Like it'll tell you, hey, what's the main category this product is? What's the subcategory? What's the ASIN? How many sellers are there? We've got a button to calculate fees. This is a little bit better than the FBA calculator. It enters in all of the dimensions from the from the package on Amazon, and it gives the retail price. And then after you put in your price that you think you can manufacture it for and your shipping price, it's going to tell you what your estimated ROI, your return on investment, and your profit is. So it's just a kind of an instant peak in order to see, how profitable a product is. Most people know our Chrome extension, which is called X-Ray. That's what they know it by just on the search page. If you guys are familiar with Amazon, you've probably used this 1,000 times, a tool similar to this. And basically what this does is it estimates the sales and the trailing sales history of anything on the search results. And it even gives charts as far as how much estimated sales per day they're getting, back to the beginning of when they first became a product. It tells who's got the buy box. You have information such as how many reviews they have. Not only how many reviews, but every day. Like, look at this one. I saw a negative number. Look what happened here. And maybe you've seen this happen before, but here on March 6th, this, by the way, for those of you who can't see, I'm just in X-Ray right now. I'm looking at the details of a product, and it says on March 6th, they had 7,095 reviews. But then on March 7th, they had 873. So they lost tons of reviews just recently. And that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes Amazon will take away, the reviews of somebody, and you have that visibility day by day right here on Helium 10. And the thing that I really like is over here, it shows you the number of images. Like sometimes I like looking for non-optimized listings. Like here, look at this one. It only says there's 2 images. So I can click on this and I look at their listing and wow, there's only 2 images plus 1 video right here. So usually if a listing only has 2 images, probably the rest of their listing is not very good too. And look, sure enough, look, there's terrible bullet points on this product. So it's just a good, easy indicator to know if there's somebody on page 1 who has a listing that's not great. The other reason that I like this tool is something called Review Downloader. So Quinn, I'm sure when you teach people about they're going to start a new product, right? Maybe they pick the product and you tell them to study the competitors' reviews, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So now, what context do you do that though? Like you're telling them to study the reviews for what purpose? It's 100% correct to do that, but specifically, what are they looking for in those reviews?
They're looking at ways to improve the product.
Exactly. And that's standard since the beginning of time. And for the rest of time, I guarantee that's always going to be valid. I like to take it a step further. After I do that phase, after I look at the negative ones and see what I can improve, what I do is then I look at all reviews all together, positive, negative, or whatever. All right. That's what I'm doing right here in Helium 10 Chrome extension. That's called Review Downloader. And right now I just entered in, I'm saying, hey, here I'm on this collagen peptides sports research, and I want to see all the reviews, no matter how many stars, that is from March 1st, 2018 until today. So let's just see how many reviews it's going to bring up. It's going to be thousands of reviews because this, can you guess? I mean, I already saw it on the X-Ray right now, but can you guess this product? I think they're a brand name, but can you guess how much money approximately this product is making per month?
Okay, just I guess I'm gonna have to take it is a wild guess looking at the number.
Wild guess. Yeah.
Number of reviews.
Their BSR is number 8 in health and household.
Oh man, number 8.
It's crazy. I mean, this thing is flying off the shelves.
Yeah, so that got to be over 300 per month.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
As far as units goes, it's in the thousands, but money wise, it's estimated over $2 million a month. So yeah, I don't think it's 300,000, but like it's about probably more than 3,000 units a month. But that's how much this product, just this one SKU is
from this one seller.
From this one, overall, I mean the seller. I mean here, as you can see, the buy box is Sports Research, and that's the company. So they're probably the ones who are always selling it. But overall, this one SKU sells $2 million per month. About that's obviously a saturated niche, but it just for the rest of you who haven't started, this is not to say that you guys can go ahead and make a product easily that's going to make $2 million a month or $24 million a year. That's very difficult to do, of course, but it just shows you the kind of potential that Amazon has. So anyways, I had clicked on reviews. And so all of the reviews from last year now is up on my screen from this listing. So what I do when I hit this button called analysis, and this is the part that is so cool. I hope you guys can picture this in your head. We want to get in the mind or in the head of our potential customers. So let's say I'm going to make a collagen peptides product that's going to be very similar to this. That means that whatever the customers of this competitor's product we're talking about or is important to them probably is going to be important to my future customers. Since my product is the same, that means we have a similar customer base. So watch this. I don't have to guess. I'm going to hit this analysis button, and then every single 2, 3, or 4 word phrase that comes up in these reviews, these 1,000 reviews, it is going to be put here, and it tells me how many times it was mentioned, and it's in descending order. So take a look at here. Out of all these reviews, the number one, I mean, the normal one you can kind of figure out, right? Like you could kind of assume that collagen peptides would be one of the most talked about phrases in a collagen peptides product. But look at the number one. Do you see what it says right here, Quinn?
In my coffee.
In my coffee. So some of you who don't understand collagen peptides like me, when I first joined, or when I first started using this tool, I was like, this must be a mistake. How can this phrase in my coffee be the number one phrase here in this supplement? This is a vitamin. Like, what does coffee have to do with a vitamin? So with Helium 10, I just click on this, and now I don't have to guess. Every single review that said in my coffee comes up right here, and it's highlighted. So now just really quick, I can have in 30 seconds an idea of what people are saying in my coffee. So I start reading this. I see, oh, this person said, I put a scoop in my coffee every morning. This person said, I drink it every morning in my coffee. Here's another one. I take the product every morning in my coffee, And now all of a sudden you have this revelation like, wow, everybody is using this thing and putting it in their coffee. And maybe you had no idea. So now when you guys make a listing, you're probably in the bullet points or something, you're going to want to talk about, hey, would you like to use this collagen peptides in your everyday morning coffee? And then now the customer is going to be like, whoa, that's crazy. That's exactly what I was thinking about. How did this seller know? Because look here. I mean, this guy who is selling $2 million a year. So obviously I can't say much bad about him, but I think he's leaving sales, even more sales. Why? Look at his first bullet point. It says, you need more collagen is the heading. So first of all, if I'm a buyer, I'm like, duh. I mean, obviously I'm searching for collagen, so I know I need more collagen. Why are you telling me I need more collagen, right? Let me continue reading. Collagen is one of the most important nutrients needed to ensure the health and vitality of your skin. Duh. I'm searching for collagen. I don't need a lesson on what collagen is for. Otherwise, I wouldn't have searched for it. Because I search for, I know. So you see here, like if this was me and I'm a short-tempered person, I would be like, you know what? I'm already going to look for another collagen peptides because there's nothing here that connected with me. It connected with my emotions or anything. It's just trying to give me a lesson on collagen, which I don't need because otherwise, if I didn't know what collagen was for, why would I be searching for it, right?
Yeah.
So instead of this kind of thing, this is where you put about what people will use it for. Like, hey, would you like an easily dissolvable powder for your protein? And then now all of a sudden, whoa, it's like, wow, okay. So I just found that out in 30 seconds to 1 minute of using Helium 10 review downloader. I have this super valuable insight that even one of the number one sellers here, the number one seller, he's not even, considering. Like if you look here in his second bullet point, he kind of talks about it, but he still doesn't talk about coffee. He talks about oatmeal, yogurt, soups. I didn't see anybody in the review saying they put collagen peptide in their soup or their yogurt. And that's what he uses this valuable real estate in his bullet point to talk about. So yeah, he's making $2 million a year or a month. He could probably be making $2.5 million if he just like makes his listing a little bit better. So that's the Chrome extension. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 different tools we just mentioned in the Chrome extension by itself. What do you think so far, Quinn? You haven't used Helium 10 in a while, so this is kind of new to you too. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah, it's fantastic. There's a few things I want to touch on what you just showed here. One is I do have although I don't use it in a while, I have a Chrome extension installed.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to Amazon, those things do show up by default.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't use the Elin 10 review downloader. So basically, I do download them and then I put them to a spreadsheet, which is a lot more time consuming, and I don't get those filters, right? So I'm going to start actually using that, because what you said there and what you showed us now with the coffee, for example, if I ended the podcast right now, that would be worth the time. Just that one tip right there.
Absolutely.
And you did something that was really outstanding. So Bradley, everybody that we see go on a video podcast, doesn't matter where it is, if they're going to tear apart a listing, they always do it from a loser's listing, right? They look at a loser's listing, and that's just so easy. Of course you can improve it. You picked the best one, and you tore it apart, and I agree 100%. Those bullet points could be so much better, just like you mentioned. So that's something I really appreciate, that you actually tore apart a leader and show that it can be improved even more. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So imagine you guys as a brand new private label seller, you use this method, you're already doing a better job than some of the top sellers on Amazon who are like that's eight and 9-figure sellers who don't even know about using this trick. But you could start off and be a 3-figure seller, and you'll be well on your way, because it's very important to make that emotional connection with the buyers.
Absolutely. So Mr. Collagen over there, I guess he's going to have in order to be able to turn $2 million a month, there's a lot of cash flow needed.
True. Very true.
The quicker you grow, because I had one product that the only thing limiting the growth of that product was my cash flow.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I could, I could sell more and more, but I couldn't fulfill the demand because it was handmade, and the time it takes to get those 45 days to hand make it and then ship the C cans over, that cash is always floating in the ocean. And that was kind of, a big issue that, I don't know, these guys are probably having as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But, sometimes when you guess that big, maybe you've got a lot of cash, or if they're selling retail, it's a little bit more steady, but still, that's kind of like the potential of what you can do on Amazon. And even still, they can still even get to that level without even doing everything 100% right way or the best way. So it gives the rest of us some hope, I think.
Absolutely. That is very hopeful right there.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm in the Helium 10 suite. So now we get to actually the Helium 10 suite of tools. And just real briefly, I'll try and get through these. Our first tool is Black Box that we have. This is the Product Research Finder. All right. Now this one, I'm not going to test you on this because it's probably a lot different than when you first started using Helium 10. But anybody out there, just think in your head, how many products do you guys think we have in our database? How many Amazon products or listings do we have in our Helium 10 database with Black Box? And the answer is 450 million. 450 million products in our database. We have the most products in our database of any other website other than Amazon itself, which of course is going to have a little bit more than us. Wow. But basically, those of you who are familiar with product research, it's very similar to what you're used to. By the way, you can do this. Our tools, for those of you listening here, can do it in Canada, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, and the UK. Some of our tools even more. Some of our tools go to Brazil, Turkey, and even India. But here in Black Box, it's in those countries I just mentioned. And basically, you put in all of your different categories here, filters, for what you think might be an indication of opportunity. Like, for example, I could say, hey, show me in the baby category something that is making $5,000 a month estimated. It's priced between $15 and $25 and maybe has less than 10 reviews. All right? Because why is that indication of opportunity to me? Well, if something has less than 10 reviews, but it's making like $5,000 a month, to me, that means maybe there's not much competition, because if there was a bunch of listings that had thousands of reviews, there is no way that this product can make $5,000 with only 10 reviews or less, because nobody would click it. And that's just I'm going to go a little bit off tangent. This has nothing to do with Helium 10, but those of you who are Amazon sellers or are thinking of becoming one, I want you to remember one thing from this thing. Put your buyer's hat on. Okay, so like let's say this is my seller's hat, Helium 10. I'm going to put my buyer's hat, Los Angeles Dodgers, right here. All right, put your buyer's hat on, because that's a big mistake that we make as Amazon sellers. Is we start thinking too much like a seller. Like, ooh, this needs to be 187 characters in this bullet point. Do you think a buyer is counting the characters and deciding if he wants to buy based on how many characters or what we have in the back end search? No, that's a buyer. That's a seller's mentality. Buyers, how would you do it as a buyer? So everybody who's a seller probably buys on Amazon. So if you were searching for something on Amazon, put your buyer's hat on and think, if I saw 10 items on page 1 that had 1,000 reviews or more, and there was one of them had 5 reviews, would I ever even click on the 5 review one? And the answer is probably not. So again, if I can find something that's selling really well, and it only has 5 reviews, well, again, that must mean either number one, everybody only has 5 reviews or 10 reviews, meaning that, hey, there's an opportunity, because as a new seller, you're only going to have 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 compared to thousands of reviews. It's impossible to sell. Compared to 5 reviews, 6 reviews, hey, it's possible. The second option could be maybe this product is the only one that meets the need. There's literally no competition at all. Either way, it's an indication that there's a possibility that there could be competition on there. All right, so now I'm going to put my seller's hat back on and back with the tour. All right, so you can search throughout Amazon in all the different marketplaces for those. Another tool we have is Magnet. Why don't you give me something to search for, a search term to search for in Magnet?
Let's go with Bluetooth speaker.
Bluetooth speaker. That is one of the top searched things in all of Amazon. So what Magnet does, and again, this is in all the marketplaces, it goes out there and finds related keywords that you could look at to see if you want to use in your listing or not. And look how many it found, 13,500. So where are these keywords from? Where is Bluetooth speaker coming from? Or where are these 13,000 coming from? It's coming from 3 different data points. This one here is called organic keywords. What does organic keywords mean? What we're doing is we're going out there and looking at the top selling Bluetooth speakers, the ones that are performing the best, and seeing what other keywords they rank for and organically. Okay, that means where do they show up in the search results? And it's finding out different words, some that don't even have Bluetooth or speaker. The other one is called Amazon's recommended. What is Amazon recommended coming from? When we do PPC, or Amazon actually suggests to us or recommends certain keywords that we should advertise for. It's not random. Many people don't know this, but Amazon, for every ASIN, they have a list of keywords that they're giving a score to about how strong they feel that you should use that keyword. So what we're doing is we're actually just ranking those keywords and we're showing it to you. It does not mean that, hey, this is guaranteed to be a good word. Sometimes Amazon recommends the most ridiculous keywords in the world, right? But at least we're showing you that information for you to decide if you want to use it. The last one is Smart Complete. When we do something in, and those of you who do this method, absolutely nothing wrong with it. But if I start typing a search in Amazon search bar, Bluetooth speakers, right? You get autocomplete, regular autocomplete, but it's only like 9 or 10. I'm sure you've used this a million times, right, Quinn, to get some ideas?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Everybody does. Here now it says Bluetooth speaker with subwoofer, et cetera, et cetera. But do you see the point here? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 9 listings that showed up right here. Okay. So of these 9 listings, all of them have Bluetooth speakers at the beginning. That's all you have. That's why we call ours Smart Complete. We're showing you 7,500 different combinations that have Bluetooth and speakers in it. It could be Bluetooth and speaker at the very end, with some other word at the beginning, or it could be right in the middle of a phrase, but we're showing you all of those keywords. So that is the best way to look for words that could be related. My favorite tool of them all is Cerebro. Cerebro is the most powerful tool in the suite. I'm not even going to give you the full tour. I'm just going to show you really quick. We had said that this product is making about $2 million a month. So of course, the logical question is, how the heck is it making 2 million? Like, what keywords are driving the sales? So with Cerebro, we can see where he's ranking on page 1. All right. So I'm going to do this search, do a brand new search for it. And Cerebro is going to show me all of the keywords that Amazon recommends. It's going to show me all of the keywords that we have seen in sponsored products right here. We have detected that this ASIN, this collagen peptides, is being advertised in PPC for over 2,600 keywords. So I can see the entire strategy of my competitors' PPC. Now, that doesn't mean that they're converting over it. A lot of this, of course, whenever you see a big number like this, obviously they're running auto campaign or broad campaign, right? But it at least gives you a good idea. But this is the one I like. Organic keywords 4,000. All right. So watch this. I am going to say, hey, show me all of the words that maybe are searched for 1,000 times or more. Okay. 1,000 times or more. And I want to see where, if you search for that word, it is showing up like maybe in the top 8. Like that means it's right at the top of page 1. And guys, I cannot understate how valuable and game-changing this is when Helium 10 came out with this. But watch this. In one click, watch what's going to happen. Now it's going to come up with 135 words. Can you imagine that, guys? This product is on not only on page 1, but on the top of page 1.
Organically.
And not only that, but only the words that are searched for 1,000 times or more than 100 keywords. Now there's like no doubt, okay, now it makes sense why he's making $2 million a month. Most of us would love to have 2 or 3 keywords. We are on page 1 that get 1,000 searches. This guy is 135 products he is on page 1 for. And so if you're going to come out with a collagen peptides product, well, this is probably a list of keywords that you're going to want to put in your listing because you know it's getting this guy sales. How do you know that? Well, Amazon only puts on the first page ones that are performing well. Because remember, what's Amazon's goal? Amazon's goal is to make money. And the only way they make money is if they sell. And the only way they sell is if they show a customer a product that they're likely to buy. So there has to be some history there. So anyways, Cerebro is a podcast episode all by itself. We got to do one later. So I can't get too much into it. I'm going to get too excited. We're going to go over time here. But what do you think so far? This is even cooler than the review downloader, right?
Yeah. So tell me something. Is there on your tool, when you looked at the organic keywords?
Yes.
Is there a way to tell what keywords, for example, if you put in the Bluetooth speaker, what organic keywords are that nobody is paying for?
You could. Let me see. I've actually never done that test. So what we could do is, like, for example, Bluetooth speakers. If we were back on let me go back to the magnet. And I could say, hey, show me the keywords that we have not detected many sponsored ads. Because as you can see, many of these have, 300, 400, right? So maybe I'm going to say, what are some words that maybe are searched for at least 100 times a month, okay? But let me just do that right now. I'll just do that right here. And then I can sort it by sponsored ASINs. I click this. So like we have one here, like Bluetooth wireless. We have actually detected more than 1,000 products have come up for that. But then if I do the other way, some of these, there's a lot here that have 0, that we have not detected. That doesn't necessarily mean that, hey, it definitely has none. I'm going to make this a bigger one. Let's see if there's any bigger keywords like that are searched for 500 times a month that we have not detected any sponsored ASINs. So we can see there's quite a few here where we didn't detect it. Like some of them, of course, make sense because it's a brand name. Yes. Like technically, you're not supposed to try to target Bose Bose speakers because that's a brand name. But sometimes you can get some good nuggets here of keywords that maybe not many people are have in their listing or are doing or are doing advertising for, but it has some search volume. Like for example, we have here this one here. Some people are doing this, and this is a question I get a lot. Bose companion, right? So this is a Bose keyword, and there's actually 12 people that we have detected doing sponsored ads. So I'm sure you get this question a lot, Quinn, too. Is, well, what about my competitors? Brand name, should I try to put that in my back end keywords and run manual campaign? And the answer is no, you should not, because that's actually against Amazon terms of service. So then why you might ask, how has Helium 10 detected 12 on that one, 70 on this Bose word? Well, what happens is when you run an auto PPC campaign, Amazon can show you for whatever keyword they want to. All right, Amazon could show you, and they could show you for a Bose keyword, even though it's not in your listing. And guess what? If you convert for it, they're going to go ahead and let you be indexed for that keyword. So this is a way, again, to find out many different keywords that could be related to the Bluetooth speakers. Like, for example, right here, smallest Bluetooth speaker. We've only detected 83 different people who are advertising. Now, that might seem like a big number to you, but 83 is not that many, considering how many auto campaigns and manual campaigns there are. So yes, this is a good way to find the keywords that other people are not really worrying about. In addition, even the competing products, a lot of times you'll find Spanish keywords here, and the number of competing products will be very low. Like you take a word like Echo Spot, for example. Well, tons of products are compatible with Echo Spot, so it has 4,000, listings come up. But if you pick something else, like this random word, like maybe this is a brand name, right? Triplet X Sound speaker. Well, actually, there's only 25 listings in all of Amazon that have that word in it. All right, so that's another way to get valuable keywords, is by looking at the ones that maybe a lot of people don't even have in their listing. Frankenstein, just real quick. This is a keyword processor. You put all of your keywords that you found in Google, Magnet, Cerebro, another tool, whatever you want, put it in here. It'll process it within seconds to like show you how many duplicated words there are, which words are repeated the most, et cetera, et cetera. Scribbles is our listing optimizer. Very much a lot more powerful than you remember. Let me just see if I have anything in my history here for Scribbles. So if I pick this one, here we go, restore. All right, so you can see here, now we have color coding based on the search volume, and then we have both phrase and individual words. So for example, if I want to put something in phrase form, I just don't want to have the individual words. This is telling me pens for coloring, I've used once. Color ink joy, I've used once. Coloring pens for adults. Watch, this is not in my listing, but watch what happens when I put it right here. I can type in coloring pens for adults. Okay. And as soon as I start typing in a word here, it puts a line through the word here. So very important. You could do the best keyword research in the world, but if you don't include all of your keywords in your listing, you're not going to get indexed for it. So it's important that you use Scribbles to kind of make sure that you are using the words that you had discovered in your keyword research. After you do that, you're going to use our other tool, Index Checker. By the way, guys, this is all in Helium 10. I'm not doing 10 different tools. This is all within Helium 10 Suite for those of you who can't see my screen. Index Checker will check if your listing is indexed. Are you searchable for the word? Just because it's in your listing, sometimes Amazon does not make you searchable. So this is going to check that.
Does it tell me my rank?
That's perfect timing. That's Keyword Tracker right here. You look at Keyword Tracker, and it's going to tell you the rank of your product. It's going to check it once per day, or if you have the boost turned on, it's actually going to check it every single hour. So you could see this listing right here, like for example, collagen peptides powder. You can see every hour. I can zoom in here. Every hour, my rank is changing, and I could see where I am ranking for in the search results for a certain keyword. Alerts, this is one of our newer tools. Alerts is going to let you know, it's going to send you a text message or an email if somebody goes and they change your image. Maybe Amazon changes your title. maybe Amazon changes your dimensions and now you're paying all this extra money for shipping and you had no idea because the only reason is Amazon changed one of your dimensions and you didn't know. Any of those kind of things happen or a hijacker comes on your listing, we're going to email you and let you know so that you can take action right away. We even go, and every single day of the week, we are taking a screenshot of your listing so that you know exactly how your listing looked at a certain day. We're taking it in desktop and in mobile browser settings so you can see what's going on with your listing in case it changes. And I don't know of any tool that does keyword research and that's like very unique in itself.
Yeah.
The last two tools I just want to mention really quickly is Refund Genie. Many users pay for their Helium 10 account just by using this. Basically, what we do is we go out there and we find the ASINs where maybe Amazon owes you money. Like maybe they damaged something, but they never told you about it and they never refunded you. We go out there and find it. And sometimes you're owed thousands of dollars and you had no idea. And we go and find that money for you. And we give you the reports that you could submit to Amazon. And usually at least 50% of the time, Amazon returns that money. And that's all money that you keep 100%. The last tool is Profits. This is something probably you haven't seen. This is fairly new to Helium 10. Complete financial analytics, all your profit margins, your promos, what your sales are, your inventory, what are your best sellers, your expenses, everything at your fingertips without having to go to Seller Central, we've got right here. So that's the complete set of tools. You know, it's a lot. I know it's a lot. So if any of you guys are wanting to try it out, absolutely go. I think you have a coupon code. I don't want people having to pay the full price for it. You have a coupon code for?
Yeah, I do. Let me see. I can put it on the show notes so you guys can go and just click on it. And I had just before I do that, I have a question for you.
Sure.
For this, that last tool you showed is the Profits.
Profits, correct.
That's something very interesting. I want to ask you if it adds up your. Is there an option that I can manually enter some of my costs?
Yes, you can manually enter or bulk enter your cost, your product costs. Absolutely.
And does it also track my PPC?
It's tracking the PPC spend, but not on the individual basis yet, like not by campaign. It's not like, hey, here's a campaign and this is exactly how much you spent and this is your A costs, etc. It's just tracking it overall, like how much you're spending on the PPC.
Okay, but it's a PPC of product X, not my all.
Yes, correct. You have to drill down into it, but it's showing you even which ones were promos, and that one it actually even goes down to the individual promo code or coupon code. It's going to give you the information.
Awesome, very good, cool. Yeah, so like we were saying, I'll have a promo code for you guys put on the show notes. Because I do not have it in front of me, so I'll do that and I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, so guys, make sure to check down below. You could go to helium10.com, but don't pay full price. Wait till you see the code. I forgot which percentage it off, but what I want you guys to do is just try it out for 1 month. All right, and the reason I say 1 month is actually even if you use the coupon code. Let's say you use it for less than 30 days. You guys, for whatever reason, are not happy. You can ask for your money back. Maybe you decide to go sell on eBay only and not Amazon. Well, obviously you don't need Helium 10, so you just have to ask for your money back. So make sure, guys, to check out the notes, use that coupon code, try out this software, and I guarantee you're going to find value in it.
Awesome. Cool. Bradley, there's so much still to be said, and although we're coming up on time, so we'll have to do this again, maybe do one in depth, like a product, how we'd go about finding a product. A lot of people want to know and do the process, kind of like you would do a launch, all those 400 you've done before.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Very good. Cool. So that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave us a review. And Bradley, thank you so much. Like I said, we got to do this again, buddy.
Absolutely. See you guys later.